Alright, this is a brief overview of a Python program that I made that is supposed to be a peer-to-peer network using exclusively built-in Python libraries. It uses both UDP and TCP. The first thing here I have is the multicast address. Multicast is a protocol that's UDP, and what it does is it takes one computer, it sends this to one address, and the computers choose to listen to that address, and it just goes to those computers. So it's more efficient than a straight up broadcast, and it was perfect for this purpose of peer discovery. And I just have a port I've selected here that's within that acceptable high port range for a program like this. Down here I have maximum incoming and outgoing connections for a node. So this is how many connections the node can make and how many connections can be made to the node. And then I have a server advertisement delay. That's how often it broadcasts or multicasts the ports that the node has an available server. Below that, I have an IP helper function. It does some funky magic where it opens a socket. It doesn't even have to connect to it, but it gets the machine IP address on the default network device and then just returns the IP address. Real simple, real nice. I have this class here that handles all the UDP protocols, the multicasting, all that. And what it does is we have a socket, we configure that socket, and then we have a queue for notifications that we receive. We have a method for casting the message we want to all these peers that are listening. And then there is a start listen function, which is just a thread wrapper. And then this will run on a different thread, and it will listen to continuously for any notifications that are received from this multicast address. We have a stop function to just stop that thread, and then a close to do this thread stopping and close the socket. So I like this class. I learned a lot about the UDP protocol. It was really nice. This was the simple part. Now I have this local node class, which is kind of a beast. It is what handles the TCP connections and all those server and client whatnots. We have just maximum number in and out for each instance that gets initiated. We have some stuff for multi-threading here. I do have to use quite a few locks. And then there's some just signals. And then here there's the used ports and available ports stored. And then all the connections that are server or clients. And that allows for them to be closed. And then there's a couple queues for handling events and propagating data across the network. This here is what listens to the notifications from this class here, the peer notifier class. So what this will do is it will, somebody said they're available. Let's check if we are already connected. And if we're not already connected, let's make a new client. And that's basically it for that thread. There's a method here for shutting down and forcefully closing sockets. This can be nice if a socket's stuck on like an accept. So this will try to connect to any open sockets just to try and coerce them to shut down. And then this will stop the peer notification thread. This is our advertisement thread. So this is what advertises what ports have servers available on them. And this is how people can connect to our node. Or we connect to other people's nodes. That's how it's known where to connect, basically. Then there's this generate port method. It just generates a port within the acceptable range per documentation. And then this is our server management thread. It makes up to the number of maximum servers and then just breaks out of the thread and then starts joining. And then this is to forcefully stop that server manager. This is to forcefully stop that server manager. And then we have a data spread function. This is what spreads data across the network. We give it a data, we give it an origin. And then the intention is that it spreads to everywhere except for where it came from, because why would you send data just exactly from where it came from? We want to avoid that, so this is slightly more efficient. It's still not the most efficient. There's definitely a better way. This is what handles, okay, I'm going to listen to those new, I'm going to get all the new stuff from the clients and server connections. It puts them in a queue. This listens to that queue and spits everything across the network again. And this just stops that data propagation. This closes the entire local node. And then here we handle new servers. There's quite a few locks here that need to be acquired and released, just so that we can update what ports are being used where and what connections are being used and all that. Here we make new clients, and again, we're accessing resources across threads. We are using locks, and then it puts things into the same queue, whether it's a client or a server. And then back down to this main here. The local node is instantiated. There's a Lambda function for just printing everything that gets received in the queue. And then we just get a simple input, what data would you like to spread? And then it spreads it across the network, waits for 5 seconds for notifications back after you send a message, and then closes it. So let's go ahead and see this in action. So I have another computer off screen here that I'm also running the same program. Go ahead and run these roughly at the same time here. We can see I have a client connected to my other PC here. It's advertising at a relatively fast rate, so we have our prompt is all the way up there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get hey guys on this other computer, press enter, and it should show up here. And we have a message back. We send ASDF. ASDF was sent to the other computer. And then now the server attempts to close. It never quite closes. So it's probably either server or client thread not properly ending. That's something I do have to look into a bit more. But I can still manually exit that here. So that's this. It's a lot easier to work with UDP than TCP, I found. That being said, TCP is that like one-to-one client connection. But this was good. There was more. I had to work with more threads than I would have liked initially, especially just kind of jumping into this. But I will probably try to redo this project at some point.